see all of you again, and I really enjoy being part of this club. You guys have all been very welcoming and friendly, so thank you. In preparation for this, I actually looked up exactly what is a Rotary classification talk. I could read you the definition, but I'll spare you. I sometimes like to jokingly say, even though I've spent my life in performing arts, I'm not very good at public speaking, or at least it always makes me a little nervous, but I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes. Okay, so my background is in dance. That's what I've done. The glasses are going to come off and on, by the way, because I'm in my late 40s. I'm losing my vision, like everybody. So I've spent most of my life in performing arts. I started in dance at the age of 3. I'm a classically trained dancer at ballet, jazz, tap, lyrical, etc. And then as I got older, I started to develop a passion for cultural dance. So I'm similar to a dance ethnologist in that I'm trained in cultural dance from around the world, many, many, many countries. So I have training in well over 20 different dance forms. It's probably more like 30-ish. I've stopped keeping track over the years. And I absolutely love dance. It's my #1 passion. It makes me happy. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I did it full time for most of my life. I've been teaching teaching since I was 15, performing since I was younger, and I've had a very successful dance career all over Western Canada, teaching, performing, choreographing, etc. I have owned 2 dance studios in my life, one in Edmonton and one here in Kelowna. And both of them had a focus on not only cultural dance, but also music and art, as I'm also an artist. My father is from Italy, and he was a painter, and so I picked that up along the way.
Tosca,
yes?
could you keep your mouth right at the microphone?
Are you having trouble hearing me?
Yeah.
I told you, public speaking's not my forte.
I can hear you all the way back there.
Am I doing okay?
Just turn up your hearing aid.
So as some of you know, my mother is Scottish. I brought this up around Robbie Bird's Day. Is that better? So my dad was born and raised in Milano. My Italian family is from Trentino Alto Adige. How many people know where that is? Nobody. Okay. It's the Sud Tyrol, so it's as far north as you can possibly go in Italy. So that's where our family's from for many generations. And then, as I said, my mother's Scottish. And my mom's family is the Galbraiths. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Galbraiths. They're a small clan in Scotland. We have our own little castle, except we don't own it anymore because we sold it. So that's it. That's our claim to fame on that one. Okay. Now, another very important part of my life, aside from the arts, is mental health. So I've been a mental health advocate most of my life, and there's a couple specific reasons for this. So it's hard to share this publicly, but I really believe strongly in speaking out when it comes to a lot of different issues, but mental health in particular. So when I was 19, my father committed suicide, and that was one of the most difficult things that has ever happened in my life. It makes me emotional just thinking about it. And then the other thing that happened in my life that it really got me thinking about mental health is after my first daughter was born, I had quite a lot of trouble with postpartum depression. So it's ironic that you said this month is Maternal and Child Health Month for Rotary, because this is an area where I've done a ton of advocating over the years. In 2010, I founded a nonprofit organization that helps moms and families affected by postpartum depression. It's a maternal mental health organization. It's called Perinatal Mood Disorder Awareness, LTD. And I ran that organization for 10 years. I temporarily kind of shut it down in 2020, and I'll be bringing it back around in a few years' time. One thing that I did in that organization is bring about an awareness month, and what else? We did a ton of work for 10 years. I grew the organization quite a bit. I was awarded a Queen's Medal for founding this organization. It was a lot of work. I put a lot of hours in. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Those are kind of the 2 main things, arts and mental health. And then of course you know I'm the ED for the Kelowna Kiwanis Festival, which I love doing because it is in the nonprofit sector where I've spent a good portion of my life, and it's also in the arts. And so for those of you who don't know a lot about the Kiwanis Festival, I know when I first joined there was a bit of confusion. Some people said to me, how can you be a Kiwanis member and become a Rotarian at the same time? But I'm actually not a member of the Kiwanis Club. They're simply one of our sponsors. They're our title sponsor, which is why our festival is called the Kelowna Kiwanis Festival. In every city it's a little bit different. Like, I'm pretty sure Penticton, they don't even have Kiwanis in their name. I think it's the Penticton Performing Arts Festival or something along those lines, but same festival, similar funders. It's an arts festival for young people, mainly that 12 to 20 age bracket. And we give them opportunities to perform and be adjudicated, to take master classes from out-of-town experts. It's a really good opportunity for young people because if you think, for example, here Kelowna's quite small, right? So if you live in a small city such as Kelowna and you're studying violin for years, there's going to come a point where you're going to run out of violin instructors, right? You're not going to be able to stretch your legs any further. And what if you want to grow up and be a violinist and play in an orchestra or something? You need opportunities like these kind of workshops to be able to continue to grow, etc., to move on to provincials and nationals and develop your career. So with that in mind, I will tell you that our music and voice categories start next week. So the last 3 weeks of April, our categories are running. We are short on volunteers, and I did bring a sign-up sheet with me that I'll pass around. If anybody would like to volunteer a little bit for the Kiwanis Festival, it would be greatly appreciated. And the other thing too is we are... Yeah?
What do the volunteers do?
Oh, okay, it's really easy. We just have two basic responsibilities. One is working at the check-in table, so you're just basically checking in the participants, make sure they're registered, make sure they know where to go. And then the other responsibility is that of secretary to the adjudicator, which is also very simple. Basically, you just write down everything the adjudicator says with a pen. So still very old-fashioned, because in dance festivals, where I have more experience in dance festivals than music, that's not my background, we do everything digitally. So I find it actually kind of funny that in the music categories, they still write things down by hand, but that's all good, because then you don't have to fiddle with the computer. I know, right? I know. Old school. Yeah, well, sometimes old school's better. Yeah. And then the other thing is we're always looking for scholarships. Rotary was very kind and donated a scholarship for the festival, and I have our Rotary logo on our website, and it's also going to be on our sponsor board, which will be at our gala. So our reception and gala for the Kiwanis Festival is May 14th, and all of you are invited. Tickets will go on sale soon, and I will invite a delegate from Rotary to come as a VIP guest to give out the scholarship that you guys donated. And then if anybody else, if you have a business and you would like to support a young person, you can donate a scholarship and say, okay, I would like this to go to the top violinist, or I always use violinist as an example, pianist or whatever, classical voice singer, you can kind of choose. So.
How much is the scholarship cost?
Well, I mean, any amount is appreciated, but I usually say $250 is kind of a good minimum. We try to chop them up into increments of $250. So, and the young people use the scholarships to pay for more classes or to upgrade their instrument, right? In the case of dance, to buy dance costumes. So they go directly right back into the art form, if anybody's wondering. And we are a registered nonprofit and charity, and our charitable number is on our website. So all that information's there. And that's about it. I hope that was okay and interesting. Like I said, public speaking is not my thing, but I don't like to turn down the opportunity.